Good evening and welcome to Global Racing Esports Networks. I am your host, Mike Lester, and we're here tonight on a Saturday night with the Global Racing League and the Global Xfinity Series here at Texas Motor Speedway. 134 laps these guys are going to run tonight. We got about 13 drivers, maybe 14. Looks like it's going to be about 13 drivers out there tonight, and we're going to be enjoying some good old Texas roundup over here. We're going to see look at some. I do apologize. My overlays are acting stupid right now. They're not cooperating with me. I do not know why, but the show is going to go on. We might not have all the information that we want, but we're going to get all the information that we need. I do apologize uh, for any hiccups that we have throughout the race. I hate technology sometimes. It just does not do what I want it to do. We got a couple of guys out here. They doing some practice laps. Oh, well, they were. Now we are going to qualifying now. Even though my SDK is still telling me that we are in practice. Wait for some guys to pop out there and looks like Stephen Hayes will be one of the guys. There he is, Stephen Hayes coming out off one of the first guys to come out to do his run. Dale Brooks in that 32. Don Blazer and Dave Halsey is out there as well. And I do apologize again. These overlays are not acting right. I've done everything I could possibly do before the race to try to get them act right, and they are not acting right. So therefore, we're gonna have to muscle our way through it. And Stephen Hayes just puts the first high. Ooh, Dave Halsey immediately knocks him off that top spot with that first lap. Dave Halsey with a 30.06 and Stephen Hayes with a 30.18. Don Blazer coming up there in third place with a 30.25. See what Dale Brooks can do on his second lap. Can he best Dave Halsey and Stephen Hayes? Stephen Hayes now taking the top spot away from Dave Halsey on the second lap, getting a 30.05. Dave Halsey with a 30.06. So incredible speeds in those tops. Ooh, and here comes Mike Hayes breaking the 29s with a 29.95. You got Justin LeBlanc out there. Wayne Brown making a appearance out here tonight. So far, fourth quickest for William Brown. Tied with David Halsey with a 30.06. Justin LeBlanc, that number 85, Foxcar, currently sitting fifth with a 30.14. Jeffrey Weimer's out there in that 73. Oh, Jeffrey Weimer goes up and taps the wall. As soon as I put the spotlight on him, he decides he wants to hit the wall. So I do apologize. I forgot to do something before the race, and let me get that fixed right now. All right, so it looks like qualifying is just about wrapped up. So far, currently, Mike Hayes is the got EJ Luna coming out on, or EJ Luna sitting on the track. Can anybody go find out why Luna is just sitting on the track? There we go. Thank you, Mr. Luna. All right, so that looks like it's going to wrap up the Xfinity qualifying for tonight. Oh, what is this now? Oh, I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I am having nothing but bad luck with this overlays tonight. Hopefully this goes away before the race starts. It's not supposed to be up on there. So tonight's starting lineup. I think we're at a baseball game. Starting grid tonight is Mike Hayes is going to get the pole tonight, followed by his brother Stephen Hayes, Dave Halsey in third, William Brown fourth, Michael Thorpe Jr. is going to qualify fifth, Justin LeBlanc sixth, Don Blazer seventh, Jason Schilling eighth, EJ Luna ninth, Jeffrey Weimer 10th, Dale Brooks 11th, Steve Gerber 12th, and Chuck Cobb is going to be our 13th driver of the night. Did not qualify. I don't think he put a time down. Why is it putting that? Don't want race info down here, people. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna have to get this fixed here real quick. I do apologize. Okay, let me see what is going on with this. I cannot. I think I have figured it out. For some reason, I have like 20 million SDK live HUDs happening here, so we're going to try to get this all sorted out. Meanwhile, Mike Hayes and Stephen Hayes bringing us to the start-finish line. Uh, all right, looks like all that's out. Looks like we're going to go green here.
Green flag.
There you go, Mike. Oh, Stephen Hayes not getting a very good start. Mike Hayes, Dave Halsey, Michael Thorpe right there, first, second, and third. Mike Hayes, decent sized lead to start us up. Oh, all right, there we got it fixed, ladies and gentlemen. We got our SDK up. Congratulations to me. I'm doing a great job. Fixed the problem. Enjoy it. All right, so as we see, Mike Hayes shoots off to a really early start, almost over a half a second now, in front of Dave Halsey and Michael Thorpe. Stephen Hayes falls all the way back to fourth place. Right there behind, as you see, Michael Thorpe now making a pass on the 57 of Dave Halsey. All right, so I think I have everything situated, and we're back to racing here as we're watching Michael Thorpe and David Halsey, along with Stephen Hayes, battle for second, third, and fourth, while Michael Hayes off to almost a second lead over Michael Thorpe in that 34. A little farther back, William Brown in fifth, Don Blazer sixth, but here comes Dale Brooks, already up 4 spots, now taking the spot away from Don Blazer, sitting 6th place. So hard charging Dale Brooks, setting his sights up to the front of the pack. If any car can do it, that car can definitely do it. Tonight we were going to have a special guest come up and join us in the booth tonight, but he was not able to make it. A couple of guys out there racing tonight I haven't seen in a while. William Brown out there in the number 27. Everything looks to be pretty much shaken out now. Mike Hayes is your leader, with Michael Thorpe right behind him in second place. Dave Halsey's third. Stephen Hayes fourth, and William Brown is your top 5. Right behind William Brown is Dale Brooks, up 5 spots from his starting position. As we watch Dale Brooks try to hunt down William Brown for that 5th spot. Back up front, you see the 99 of Michael Hayes up there sporting that new paint scheme Lazy Lizard paint scheme. Looks like the old Terry Labonte Kellogg's car. I've always liked that car. Those colors just really, they just go together. Michael Hayes, he's always has a fast car, but always something he ends up shooting himself in the foot in the pits, or gets loose and loses control of the car and does not get the finishes. But right now, Michael Thorpe closing in on the 99 there. As you see the 13 right behind this action, Stephen Hayes is trying to put the heat on 57 of Dave Halsey. Going through that tri-oval. It looks like Dave Halsey just has the exit speed, but Stephen Hayes, he has that entry speed. These guys side by side. Not anymore. Stephen Hayes just powering past the 57 of Dave Halsey. Michael Thorpe continuing to try to chase down the 99 of Michael Hayes. See there, Michael Thorpe from Chicago, Illinois. A little further back, let's see, back here a little further, got Justin LeBlanc in the 85. He's trying to chase down Don Blazer. EJ Luna right behind him. Jason Schilling rounding out the top 10. Behind that, you got the two Blazing Fools Racing of Jeff Weimer and Chuck Cobb right there. And I think they're trying to work together to try to get back up to this field. Now, Texas is a mile-and-a-half track. As I say that, Chuck Cobb just goes around Jeff Weimer. Jeff Weimer first race back from, let's say a mid-season vacation. Back here battling 11th and 12th with Chuck Cobb. Steve Gerber, like him to be back there in the back. The last car on the lead lap is sitting in 13th position. Back up front, Michael Thorpe is able to close the gap between him and Mike Hayes. Lead now down to 0.3 seconds. So battling right now is between the first and the second place cars of Michael Hayes and Michael Thorpe. See Michael Thorpe just get a little bit loose going into that turn. Cost him a little bit of time to Michael Hayes. Stephen Hayes now starting to close the gap in as well. He's got it down to 1.1 seconds. And I do apologize about that. My son just barreled his way through. Last time by, the fastest car on the track was the leader with a 30, or sorry, I take that back. Dale Brooks, who's now in 4th place, was the fastest on the track last time by with a 31.74 at the line. Still the fastest car on the track. Almost 0.2 of a second quicker than our leader, Michael Hayes. At the line, they'll be on lap 20, green flag racing. I predict that we're going to have a lot of green flag tonight. The cautions will probably be very rare if there is any. These guys are all 13 of these guys. They know how to race these Xfinity cars. They know how to race, period. So I don't see any of them doing anything that is gonna cause a big wreck or wreck themselves. Lap 21 is now where the tires start to wear down at this Texas track. I mean, it's a slow track, even though it's a 1.5-mile track and it's supposed to be fast. You can't use it. You can't drive it like you would do a normal 1.5-mile track. This is more of a finesse 1.5-mile track. Want to welcome everybody in that's watching over there in YouTube. Let us know who y'all think is going to win this race. Let us know who you're rooting for. You got a shout out for somebody, let us know. We'll definitely put it out there. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for joining Global Racing. As we watch the battle between Mike Hayes and Michael Thorpe, it's been pretty stagnant as of the last 5 laps. Michael Thorpe is able to get it close to him, but then fades away after a while. So, but now Dale Brooks just now taking 3rd place away from Stephen Hayes. He's got the car on the long run, it seems. Last time by, Dale Brooks just a little slower than our leader, but he was battling with Stephen Hayes. That will probably slow him up. This time at the line, he is still slower than our 1st and 2nd guy, so he might have used up his tires trying to catch back up and race with Stephen Hayes. Right now, Dale Brooks is our biggest mover of the race, up 8 spots from where he started. Had bad qualifying, has a fast car, and that's always hard to do when you have a really fast car and you mess up your qualifying. You got to start from the back. Okay, we got one Dale Brooks fan out there. Ronald Holmes is predicting that the 32 of Dale Brooks is going to win this race. Thank you for joining us tonight there, Mr. Holmes, and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow when the trucks of Global Racing take on this very track at Texas. 134 laps starting at 12:30 tomorrow on PMN. Back up front, we just showed a lot, gave Mr. Brooks a lot of airtime there. But back up front, Mike Hayes continuing to lead, now up to 0.8 seconds ahead of Michael Thorpe. He said Dave Holsey sitting there at 4th, but hasn't gone anywhere since really the start of the race. He's 4 seconds now behind Dale Brooks in 3rd place. Right behind him is Don Blazer. Don Blazer about to give him all he can handle. Right behind Don is Justin LeBlanc in that Fox 85 Chevrolet, racing for the Lazy Lizards. EJ Luna over there, William Brown Motorsports. Big shout out to Devil Dog Racing, one of the new teams over there in the Truck Series. Looking forward to seeing them in Victory Circle one of these days. Stephen Hayes in the pits. Let's see. Oh, he's back out, so it might have been scheduled 29 laps he did as he goes a lap down to older brother Mike Hayes, who's now built up a 1.3 second lead over the second place of Michael Thorpe. So tires definitely playing a factor in this late run. Oh, as you see Dale Brooks in that third place coming off that turn, and he just starts fishtailing it a little bit coming off the turn, but I mean, just fishtailing a little bit will cost you a lot of time. The leader. "31 laps in the books." Back here, Jason Schilling and EJ Luna battling for 7th and 8th position. William Brown now into the pit road, getting the service done on his vehicle. As you see, Stephen Hayes now catching up with his brother. He's going to take his lap back the old-fashioned way. Looks like Wayne Brown in pit road for long time here. There he goes. He must have got a penalty. He was in the for a minute 27 seconds. He was in pit road compared to Stephen Hayes's 52.62 seconds. So definitely a penalty must have been handed out to the 27. Caution is out. Not.
What do you think, bud? You think you're all right out there?
Big break for William Brown, who just went a lap down. Steve Gerber says he crashed. Let's see what happened to Steve. Let's see, he just gets down there and touches that apron just a little bit, and ooh, I don't know if he was trying to get down on pit road, was going too fast, but I mean, he was off the track when it happened, but he was coming back up. So I mean, I'm not sure why the caution came out, but glad it did. You can get all these guys back together, and William Brown should be the lucky dog there. As you see, Mike Hayes, Dale Brooks, and Dale Brooks was able to take second place away from Michael Thorpe before the caution came out. So it's going to be Mike Hayes leading them down pit road. Stephen Hayes might be the well, I don't know if he's going to be on 6 laps older tires. Let's see. Let's bring up the pitch strategy here. See, well, it's not showing me the second Hayes there. Did Stephen? I thought Stephen Hayes got his lap back. Maybe William Brown did not get the lucky dog, and he's gonna stay in front of the leader to get a wave around. Jeffrey Weimer in pits. And I do know we have Kenny Heath out there doing race control, so I wonder if he can maybe answer the question of who got that lucky dog. I believe it had to have been Stephen Hayes, but I thought I seen Stephen Hayes get his lap back the old-fashioned way, but it's still showing that William Brown is a lap down. Well, here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we're all back together. The 27 is not the leader. He's gonna get a wave around as soon as they go to 1 to go, and he'll catch back up to the back of the field. Steve Gerber still I don't know why it's still showing. So maybe William Brown was 2 laps down. He did get a speeding penalty or some kind of penalty on that pit stop of his. So he might have gone 2 laps down. And that's why it's still showing him blue on my sheet here. Steve Gerber looks like to be a lap down. Steve Gerber, I don't know how bad off he is on the damage there. He did hit that inside wall after he got done spinning. Definitely keep an eye on that and see how if that damage will affect the way his car races for the rest of the night. Well, Mike Hayes continues to lead with Dale Brooks now in second, so we're going to see a battle of the two fast cars up there in the front. Michael Thorpe right there behind him. Don't count him out. Justin Block now up to 4th with Dave Halsey sitting in 5th. Don Blazer 6th. EJ Luna 7th. Chuck Cobb 8th. Jason Schilling 9th. Jeffrey Weimer is going to top out the top 10 with Stephen Hayes sitting there in 11th. Steve Gerber and William Brown both a lap down. So
green.
Green flag is out. Mike Hayes with a good start. Dale Brooks trying to go through the gears and catch back up. Doing a pretty good job of that. Has not let Mike Hayes run away yet. see the Dale Brooks, Michael Thorpe, Justin LeBlanc, Dave Halsey all battling for second, third, fourth, and fifth. Everybody behind them has gotten to a single file line as well. Back there you see EJ Luna and Don Blazer, Chuck Cobb right there, Jason Schilling and Jeff Weimer. Jeff Weimer making a pass on Jason Schilling back there. Following his Blazing Fools teammate Chuck Cobb. Chuck Cobb with up 5 spots from his start, so good job from Chuck. Dale Brooks continue to be up there battling now with Michael Thorpe, trying to hold on to that second position. Michael Hayes out there continuing to lead. We've seen Michael Hayes win the race over there in ARCA. They raced at Phoenix, and he was able to bring home the win over there in ARCA. Can he repeat and take it at Texas in the ARCA, or the Xfinity Series here tonight? I know Dale Brooks is going to say no if it's up to him. As you see, Thorpe go a little sideways coming off of that turn 2. So good battling going on right here between these guys. Don Blazer back here making some moves himself, just passes EJ Luna, or that was just like that was lap 42. That's a couple laps ago. See Jeffrey Weimer now getting around Chuck Cobb as well. And he's going to put the pressure on the 24 of EJ Luna. As you see William Brown passing Jason Schilling, not for position, but just on track. William Brown trying to make his way back around. Stephen Hayes, who started out on the outside pole, came into pits and the caution came out, was able to get a lucky dog from Steve Gerber's solo crash. And speaking of Steve Gerber, let's see how he is, if he's able to. Don't know. I think we lost Steve because I can't get him on the. Okay, so I think he took his car behind the wall. That damage must have been a little bit too extensive, and he has to go back there and get it fixed. I want to welcome everybody in that's on the YouTube side. Let us know who you think's going to win this race. Let us know who you're rooting for. Let us know who you want to shout out tonight. Back up front, Mike Hayes continuing to lead, but look right there behind, Dale Brooks now under fire from Michael Thorpe. All right, well, you know what? We're going to take this time, since it's kind of a lull period and not a lot of racing going on right now. We're going to go ahead and crank it up for a minute. out to Macy. All right, we're going to turn that back down. All right. Up front, Mike Hayes continuing to lead this field of 13 Xfinity cars. Not a lot going on right now with Dale Brooks putting the pressure on Mike Hayes now. Has worked that gap down to 0.4 seconds. Right there, that's right now. That is where the closest battling is going on. Back here, Chuck Cobb, Jason Schilling. Less than 0.2 of a second separates these guys. So a lot of good racing going on all around, all across the track here. Jeffrey Weimer, who was making his way up front, now falling back to the 10th spot. Jeffrey Weimer, he just has not been able to dial that car in all season long. And when he does dial it in, he gets himself, or he gets into trouble. Not necessarily his own fault, but he gets into trouble. So it's either great luck or bad luck for Jeffrey Weimer every week. Oh, shoot. Dale Brooks now taking the lead away from Mike Hayes. So the first time tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new leader in Dale Brooks. And I know one fan out there, Mr. Dale Brooks Sr., if he's watching, I know he's loving that. Dale Brooks been on a tear as of late. Not only in Xfinity Series, but the Truck Series as well. Accumulating some good wins. I think William Brown has had some issues. He jumps to the pits. But we stay green. Dale Brooks leading. Mike Hayes not going anywhere. Dale Brooks might have been able to pass him. But as we see Dale Brooks getting a little sideways coming off of turn 2. We've seen that a lot tonight. Cars getting loose coming off turn 2. As you see now, Mike Hayes putting the pressure back on the 32 of Dale Brooks. Trying to look on the inside, but this track, it is so hard to make a pass on that inside. Once these tires start going away and you start losing that traction, it's really hard to make that pass in that 1 and 2. But you see the 99 just putting the pressure right now on 32, getting low on them in there, and is able to retake the lead. But here comes Dale Brooks with a crossover. And see if he can make it stick going into turns 3 and 4. They're going to have a slow car to contend with. Who is that slow car right there in front of them? I do believe that is Stephen Hayes. Mike Hayes able to regain the lead back over from the 32. Dale Brooks led for 3 or 4 laps, and then Mike Hayes said, that's enough. Always enjoy coming to watch these Xfinity cars in Global. They always put on a good show. Little to no cautions. Speak of, 1 caution tonight. And just to let Zaniel know if he's still out there watching, we put the monitor stands on the wrong side, so Monday morning we're gonna have to go up all those flights of stairs and bring them back down and put them on the right side. But back to the racing. Mike Hayes up front with Dale Brooks and Michael Thorpe first, second, and third. Justin LeBlanc just taking 4th place away from David Halsey, knocking David Halsey right back to 5th place. So good run for the 85 of Justin LeBlanc. Don Blazer off here racing around by himself, not being contested for that 6th place. EJ Luna, next car in line, back about a second behind Don Blazer. Chuck Cobb sitting there 8th, Jason Schilling 9th, Jeffrey Weimer back here in 10th. I think Jeffrey has the short run cars, but once those tires start going away, Jeff is going away. So Jeff falling back to the 10th spot. Stephen Hayes is 1 lap down from these guys. Sorry. No, Stephen Hayes looks to be 4 or 5 laps down. So Stephen Hayes with some problems out there tonight. Outside pole setter now is falling back to the 11th spot. At least 4 laps, maybe 5 laps down. So back up front, Dale Brooks, Mike Hayes continuing to battle for the lead. Michael Thorpe sitting there in 3rd, just kind of following these guys around. Maybe he's saving his tire to try to do something at the end, but right now it's Mike Hayes and Dale Brooks show. We look at the view of behind Mike Hayes, as you can see, the 32 gets bigger in the view for just a second, and then Mike Hayes pulls back away. I think they're. Looks like they're staying pretty equal to each other. Last time around, last lap, Dale Brooks was just 1/10 quicker than Michael Hayes. Dave Halsey back there, he's quicker than the leader currently. Justin LeBlanc last time around was quick, is with a 31.95. So maybe Justin LeBlanc is over there saving his tires, trying to do that last ditch effort at the end of the race, sitting in fourth right now. Dale Brooks now challenging for the lead, looking low on the 99 of Mike Hayes. Mike Hayes still fighting back on the outside. It's going to be Mike Hayes at the line. Dale Brooks still trying to complete the pass, going in turns 1 and 2. Looks like Dale Brooks is going to be able to make the pass once again. Dale Brooks, we've had 2 leaders tonight, and those are the 2 guys right there. Mike Hayes and Dale Brooks. You see, everybody, we had that caution at lap 35 that let Brooks, Hayes, and Thorpe all pit together. Now we're on lap 36, so the longer run of the 2 runs are happening now, so we're going to definitely see a lot more tire wear. We should start seeing people come in for their pit stops probably within the next 5 laps. You're going to try to stretch it out and try to get as much as they can to try to make this on one more stop. Since William Brown is out of the race, let's see if we can bring him down and talk to him. William Brown, Mike Lester in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, we see that you're out of the race car. Can you give us a little bit of detail of what happened to your car, man?
Yeah, it didn't feel good the whole race. I did not have my setup dialed in whatsoever. Ended up getting tight, real tight in the turns, and the particular problem I was having was the bumps in 3 and 4. I didn't always get the timing on letting off throttle and when to get back on it right. Next thing you know, you're in the wall. And after hitting the wall probably the 3rd time, I just didn't have it in me.
Well, I mean, that's always not good to hear. But you're always been the guy. I mean, everybody jokes about it. You know, you don't do any practice during the week. When you get to the track, they just throw you in a car and you go out and win races. Thought that was going to happen again tonight, but definitely sorry to see you out of the race so early.
Yeah, this is not the week for me. I'm a little too rusty.
Yeah, well, maybe you should come around a little bit more often during the week and have some fun with us during the week, and maybe you won't be so rusty.
I'd love to, man. I'd love to.
Anyways, all right, man. But before I let you go back and hang out with Kenny, you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Shout out to EJ Luna here. He's putting on the best race he can. Texas is a tricky track, so I give props to everybody up there right now, just trying to keep it together. It's not easy.
There you go. Well, we always look forward to seeing you out here on the Xfinity. We're gonna look forward to seeing you out there in the trucks as we got Jeffrey Weimer coming in for his scheduled pit stop. Now, once people start coming in, that's going to start drawing in like the leaders and more people down pit road. All right, so let me. All right, well, we were in. Sorry, I've gotten tired now. I can't talk. Oh, he went and took himself out by himself. Okay. William Brown just left. Didn't even say bye. Can't believe it. Dirty South Motorsports, Michael Thorpe. Looks to be racing all. No, Chuck. No. Okay. I know he's got to have some kind of teammates out there. But I think it's just Michael Thorpe out there on the with the Dirty South Motorsports guys out there. Or I think David Halsey was supposed to be out there with him too. I think. Nope, Dave Halsey's a Blazing Fool guy. Okay, well. As we talk about David Halsey, he sits there back in 5th place. He's just trying to save tires, go just enough so he can make this on one more stop. Dale Brooks now has worked up to a 1.7.
You will have a caution. Caution
is out. And that's definitely not. Oh, Michael Thorpe. That's big right there. That's our points leader right there. Let's see. It looks like. Let's see what happened with Thorpe. And the same thing that. Oh, look at it. He just goes around. Oh, great job keeping it off the wall. Loses a lot of position, but good job by Thorpe to be able to hold that car and keep it off the wall. Maybe he can rebound and get back up there, but that could have been so bad for our points leader there. Dale Brooks definitely did not want to see that, and that's going to bring him and Mike Hayes right back together. Mike Hayes with a good car on the start. So it's definitely going to be interesting. We should have, that was at lap 81. We're at lap 81, so that's going to leave us, I don't even know if we can still go. I don't think they can go the rest of the way from here. That's going to leave us with 19, about 40-something laps. So they might be right there at the threshold. As you see Dale Brooks and Mike Hayes coming down pit road. So they were able to do 46 laps. Now 47. So they might be able to go the rest of the way on this tank of fuel, which is going to play out good for Dale Brooks, who definitely has the longer run car out of everybody. You've seen that in that last run where he just passes Mike Hayes after so many laps. Mike Hayes has a fast car in the beginning. So definitely going to be interesting to see how the rest of this race goes between these two guys. Jeffrey Weimer, who had just taken his pit stop, looks like he's going to be the lucky dog. Or maybe not, because he's letting everybody pass him. So Don Blazer might have put a lap down and became the lucky dog. As you see Jeff Weimer coming down. Jeff Weimer coming down pit road. And it's a good call. He's the only car a lap down. As you see, Stephen Hayes multiple laps down. Gonna try to get one of those laps back. As you see the damage done on the right side of Stephen Hayes. Stephen Hayes have seen better days. We're under caution for the third time, this time for Michael Thorpe. No, sorry, this is only the second time. Michael Thorpe, self-spin and great save, keeping it off the wall. But definitely cost him some spots. He's back in 6 spots, so he's definitely got his work cut out for him. I think we're gonna get the one to ghost signal this time. As we watch Stephen Hayes go around the pace car. Definitely want to give a big shout out to all the viewers tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in to Global Racing Esports Network. I'm your host, Mike Lester. Big shout out to Ronald Holmes, Daniel Phillips, and Macy. Don't know her last name, but I'll get that for next week. I'll just call her Macy Phillips. That'll make her smile if she's still listening. Double foul. Pace car be slipping down to pit road. Justin LeBlanc. Oh, Dale Brooks with a big start.
Green flag.
A big jump. Justin LeBlanc going to come with him to second place. Passing his Lazy Lizard teammate, Michael Hayes. Now Michael Hayes, he's got to drive his car with some dirty air. We'll see how that affects him. To see the top 4 cars. Look at Michael Thorpe up 2 spots from the restart, sitting there in 4th. So good rebound from him, and to see if he can is able to get up 1 spot to 5th. So see him trying to knock on the back door of David Holsey. David Holsey now looking on the outside of Justin LeBlanc. Dale Brooks with a big jump at the restart. Able to build up a second lead over Mike Hayes. Similar times between the leader and the second place of Mike Hayes. Dale Brooks just ran his best lap of the race with a 30.33. David Holsey back here battling with Justin LeBlanc and Michael Thorpe right there behind him, side by side, door to door, going down the backstretch. Lap 90. You call me, son? What's up? You did? Well, good job. Mm-hmm. All right. What? Yes. All right, I love you. Justin Blanc able to hold on to that lead, hold on to the position in front of Dave Holsey. Do apologize for that. Every episode or every broadcast I do, I make sure that y'all see my desktop flower. Up front, Dale Brooks continuing to lead Mike Hayes by 0.6 seconds. Mike Hayes is able to shrink that gap just a little bit. He might be thinking to save his tires this time and see if he can get that long run. Because we know Dale Brooks has a very fast car on those long runs. Battle for third, fourth, and fifth. Justin LeBlanc has it. Dave Holsey, he'd like to get around there. Dave Holsey, another one of those guys, really fast car, does not have the finishes to prove how fast his car is. It's either he gets involved into a crash or somebody turns off his internet and ends up finishing in the back of the pack. I don't want to jinx him and hope it does not happen, but that's been the story of Dave Holsey all year long, and not only in Xfinity but also in the trucks. Michael Thorpe, our points leader, right behind him. Up front, Mike Hayes trying to track down our leader of Dale Brooks. Chuck Cobb seeming to having some issues back there. Tell me he went off the track and came back on. Watch Chuck go around this track. He's sitting there back in 8th spot, up 5 spots from his starting position at the start of the race. Jeffrey Weimer, 1 lap down. Watch Mike Hayes now losing time to Dale Brooks. Justin LeBlanc back here doing his best to hold off David Halsey and Michael Thorpe. And the question is how much is Dave Halsey using up his tires to try to get around this 85? As you see, you see Dave Halsey getting a little bit squirrely going into turns 3 and 4. Loses just a little bit of time to the 85 of Justin LeBlanc. Back here, look at Don Blazer up there in 7th place. Kind of evened himself out. That's where he started. He's got his eyes set on that 95 car of Jason Schilling. Jason Schilling with a good run tonight, sitting there in 6th place. EJ Luna all by himself up there in 9th place. 26 seconds ahead of the next guy behind him, which is Jeffrey Weimer. 1 lap down. Dale Brooks pulling away from 2nd place, Mike Hayes with 1.2 second lead. Just over 100 laps with that 103 of 134. We got William Brown and Steve Gerber officially out of the race. Definitely want to give a shout out to everybody in the race tonight, all 13 drivers. Thanks, we appreciate them coming out and putting on a good show for us. Definitely want to give a big shout out to all the Global Racing family. Come out week in and week out and put on a show. Tomorrow we'll be at the trucks. We'll be in the trucks at Texas over at Performance Motor Network with Brian Britt and Zachary Gardner. Now Michael Thorpe making a pass on David Halsey. Now looking on the inside of Justin LeBlanc. Thorpe stayed back there just long enough. He's like, all right, if you can't pass him, I'm going to go up there and do it. So there you go. Michael Thorpe moving over into the 3rd position, taking it away from Justin LeBlanc. But Justin LeBlanc going to do a crossover, going to come low, coming into turns 3 and 4. Is he going to be able to make it stick, or is Mike Thorpe going to be able to fight on that outside? Looks like Justin LeBlanc is going to be able to hold them off. And that's going to let Stephen Hayes with the fresher tires comes up on the outside and passes all 3 of them. Dale Brooks now with a 1.3 second lead over 2nd place runner Mike Hayes. Michael Thorpe now take it back over Thorpe, but here comes Justin LeBlanc again. I don't think he's going to be able to make it stick this time. We'll see. He's still got a nose under Thorpe, but he's not going to be able to make that stick. And here comes Dave Halsey looking on the inside. Oh, I think contact was there was contact between Halsey and, or not Halsey, but Thorpe and Justin LeBlanc. Or I think Justin LeBlanc maybe got on the brakes a little, so he didn't run into the back of Michael Thorpe and lost a lot of momentum. As you see, Stephen Hayes now coming around his brother with those 4 fresh tires. "25 laps to go. We'll see if Michael Hayes is able to catch Dale Brooks. Can these guys go the distance?" Bringing up the pit strategy. It's gonna be close. The furthest they've been so far is lap 47. In order to make it to the checkered flag, they'll have to go 52 laps. I'm not too sure on gas mileage on this track, but let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and bring up the battle box and there's the battle for first. Dale Brooks has it. Mike Hayes is in second, 1.7 seconds. Separates these two gentlemen. And as you see, the lead just keeps getting a little bit bigger each lap. Now up to 1.8. So right now, Dale Brooks has the lead steadily in hand. Got Valerie Fuller out there saying, "You can do it, Michael Thorpe." Michael Thorpe over here in 3rd position got himself, sorry, he fell back to 4th position. Dave Halsey now making the pass on Thorpe. A big shout out to Valerie Fuller out there rooting for Mr. Thorpe. I've not heard that name before, so I'm going to have to ask Mr. Thorpe, about Miss Valerie there. Right now, that's where our closest battle is right now, is between Dave Halsey and Michael Thorpe. Got Justin LeBlanc right there still. At one time was in 3rd place in front of these guys, now right behind them. This, like I said, this is where the closest battling is going on between the 53 of Dave Halsey, 34 Michael Thorpe, and the 85 of Justin LeBlanc for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Dale Brooks now up to a 2-second lead over Michael Hayes. As you see, the distance between Michael Hayes and Dale Brooks will give you a blimp view of it. And as was watched the 32, and it's not doing what I want it to do, but it's not a very good blimp. He's running way too low. As we can't even see Michael Hayes on the blimp view. As you see the gap right there between the two cars there. look at the gap out of Michael Hayes' windshield. 16 laps to go. If Dale Brooks keeps his car together, it's his race to lose. Justin LeBlanc now making a move on Michael Thorpe, trying to get that 4th position. Michael Thorpe continuing to hold him off as best as he can. Justin LeBlanc not going away, which is allowing Dave Halsey to pull away to try to solidify that 3rd place finish, or that 3rd place spot as of right now. Can't give him a finish right now because we're not even close to being finished. Ooh, wow. A good slide job from the 85, and then now Michael Thorpe trying to do the crossover. He's got his nose underneath Justin LeBlanc. Some good racing going on between these two guys right here. We got, Michael Thorpe, both of them, Thorpe goes through the grass. Gets back up, no damage done, yet we stay green. Let's watch that one more time. You see these guys battling. Michael Thorpe just loses control and goes down to start the front stretch grass. Good job saving it, but again loses a lot of positions. "12 laps to go." Dale Brooks now with a 3-second lead over Mike Hayes. As we're approaching the slower car of Jeff Weimer. Both these guys are from Blazing Fools Racing, so Jeff Weimer definitely going to give the 32 a wide berth and let him get around. With all that battling between Michael Thorpe and Justin LeBlanc, Michael Thorpe now make the pass, but here comes Justin LeBlanc again. These guys are just going to battle the rest of this race for that 4th spot. Justin LeBlanc now being under fire from his Lazy Lizard teammate Jason Schilling coming around. Jason Schilling now trying to track down Michael Thorpe and see if he can get himself a 4th place finish. Jason Schilling looking for some good results in that 95 Global Racing Esports Network car. Chuck Cobb back here sitting in 7th place, and I'm not too sure what that paint scheme is, but it looks pretty cool. Don Blazer in that Dr. Pepper car. It's not Dr. Pepper. I just like saying the Dr. Pepper because that's what the 23 was. EJ Luna in the Pepsi car. He likes his Pepsi. But up front, Dale Brooks class of the field, started this race back in 11th spot, was messed up on qualifying, had to start in the rear of the field, but moved up 10 positions to take the lead away from pole setter Mike Hayes. Definitely want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight for Global Racing Esports Network to watch Global Xfinity or Global Racing League, the Xfinity Series. As of right now, we're watching Dale Brooks lead Mike Hayes, Dave Holsey, and Michael Thorpe with 5 laps to go. As long as Dale Brooks is able to, has enough fuel, and no cautions come out, we should crown Dale Brooks as the winner, but anything can happen in 5 laps. I hear Dave Holsey 4 seconds behind Michael Hayes, so Michael Hayes with a second place pretty much locked up. As long as nothing happens, no yellow comes out. Michael Thorpe trying to catch up with the 57 of David Halsey to try to fight for that 3rd spot. EJ Luna passing Don Blazer. Three laps to go. Dale Brooks off to a commanding lead. 5 seconds now. He's got that car just humming around this mile and a half track here at Texas Motor Speedway. White flag in the air. Dale Brooks continuing to lead. Only thing that can stop him now is himself. Coming around turns 3 and 4 for one last time. He sees the checkered flag in the air. Dale Brooks is our winner tonight. Mike Hayes going to cross the finish line in second. Dave Halsey, Michael Thorpe. It's going to be Dave Halsey by a car and a half over Michael Thorpe. Jason Schilling is going to come home 5th. Good finish for Jason. Justin falls to 6th. EJ Luna 8th. Chuck Cobb 7th. EJ Luna 8th. And Don Blazer 9th. Those are your lead lap cars finishing the race. Jeffrey Weimer is going to close out the top 10 with 1 lap down. But here we go. We got to watch Dale Brooks. Yes, he's over here celebrating. Dale Brooks with a commanding win, dominating win when it comes to the time at the end of the race. 6 seconds in front of Mike Hayes. Let's bring up the results while we watch Dale Brooks over here celebrating. Dale Brooks is going to be your winner tonight with Mike Hayes coming in second. David Halsey's third. Michael Thorpe with a quick race. As you see the Blazing Fools guys just going to town out the start-finish line. Michael Thorpe, Jason Schilling, Justin LeBlanc, Chuck Cobb, EJ Luna, Don Blazer, Jeffrey Weimer, Stephen Hayes, William Brown, Steve Gerber is going to close us out with our 13 drivers tonight. There you go. So we're going to go ahead and get started with these interviews tonight. We're going to look for our third place finisher, Dave Halsey. Let's see, where can I find old Dave Halsey at? I don't see him in Blazing Fools. David, man, if you're out there, need to talk to you, sir. All right, so I don't see David Halsey. If anybody knows can talk to David Halsey, let him know to come back to Discord. All right, well, maybe we'll catch up with Dave Halsey here in a little bit. We're going to talk to the runner-up position guy who led most of the laps tonight. Was a pole sitter, but was unable to hold off the 32 car of Dale Brooks, but is able to come home, walk away with a second place finish. Michael Hayes, Michael Lester in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, y'all put on a great show for us again tonight. I know you probably are disappointed in not being able to win this race. You had a really good car in the early running, but it just seemed like that 32 just had that long distance speed that you wasn't able to overcome, man. Man, tell us a little bit what was going on tonight.
Yeah, the car felt pretty good on the first part of the race. My car was tight the whole race, but it felt pretty good the first part. And I made a little bit of adjustment on that after the first stop and loosened me up a little bit. And then my second time we came in, I made another adjustment. I must have went the wrong way because my right front was at 29% at the end of that run.
Oh, wow. That is definitely up them tires.
I did something wrong. I don't really remember what I changed, but I changed something and I went the wrong way.
Well, the good news is that you was able to hold off and still get a second position or second place finish. So that's definitely good for the points and definitely good for the team points, man. Definitely proud of you and the way you ran out there, and look forward to seeing you next week at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And man, I'm excited about Charlotte, so you have to be excited for Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte's pretty good for me. So yeah, excited. Glad to be out of Texas now. To be honest.
Yeah, Texas is your home track. So I mean, a second place at your home track. I mean that's got to be a good feeling for you.
Yeah, my car didn't feel as good as second place today, so I'll definitely take a second place finish.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so. Man, before we let you go back to celebrate with Lazy Lizards, who you want to give a shout out tonight to?
Yeah, shout out to Lazy Lizards, all the teammates. We all did really well tonight. It sucks Steven got into trouble earlier, but I'm pretty sure he would have had a pretty fast car if he didn't injure himself earlier in the race. Shout out to you guys, Global, for running the league. Always fun races. Yeah,
we always look forward to having you here racing with us here on Saturday night, man. You got your win over there in the ARCA series Thursday, so first place and second place, not a bad week for you.
Yeah, not too bad, not too shabby.
All right, well that's Michael Hayes, our runner-up, man. Congratulations once again. We're sending you back down to Lazy Lizard, celebrate with the guys, man, and man, congratulations.
Thank you, Michael.
All right. Michael Hayes, man, pole setter, second place finisher, but that's not who we want to talk to. We want to talk to the man of the hour. I just seen him sitting in a waiting room. Oh, we got him in general now. We're gonna bring him up to the broadcast booth. had to start from the rear of the field, past 10 cars to get where he wanted to go. Tonight's winner, the one and only Dale Brooks. Mike Lester in the booth, you got a copy.
Yes, sir, Mike. How you doing?
Man, after watching your performance tonight, I'm doing great, man. That was a grade A experience for me. I know your dad watching out there is super proud of you. Man, walk us through what your night was like.
I didn't have the fastest qualifying setup, but I messed up my I messed up my qualifying, so that's why I started in the back. I honestly didn't think I had anything for Michael Hayes, or actually Michael Thorpe. I didn't get a lot of time this week, but man, it was you just had to take care of the tires, and the car was actually really good on the long run. I could maybe keep pace with Mike, Hayes, and Thorpe at the beginning, but the long run the car was phenomenal on the long run.
Yeah, we definitely noticed that. I mean, at one time, at the end of the race, you were 5.5 seconds to 6 seconds ahead of Mike Hayes. Those long runs definitely helped you out. Mike Hayes definitely he had that early run speed, but you dominated with that the long run speed.
Yeah, I worked on the setup some, but not as much time as I usually put in. I thought I didn't have to work tomorrow, but I do, so I put a lot of time into the truck setup, but unfortunately, I'm only going to be probably a start and park. But yeah, man, want to thank all the guys that showed up. I know we're trying to grow the Xfinity series, and I know it's tough to come out here and run these laps sometimes when there's not a lot of cars, but to all the drivers in the league, thank you guys so much for showing up, coming out, and putting on a good show. I think we had a really good race overall. Not too many cautions, but not just green flag runs either, so it was a good mix. But yeah, just thanks to the whole league. Thanks to you, Mike, and for broadcasting it as well.
Oh no, man! It's always my pleasure to come out here and do this with you guys. We started this league, I don't know, a year and a half ago, and it's gotten as big as it has, and it's because of you drivers out there that come over here week in, week out, and put on a great show like we just watched. So, man, I definitely give you guys the biggest shout out of them all.
Appreciate it, Mike.
All right. Well, is there anybody else I know there's some more shout outs you want to.
Yeah, I got you. As always, thanks to the sponsors. Thanks to Mike for broadcasting with Global Esports Network. Esports Racing Network, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Global Racing Esports Network.
Global Racing Esports Network, yeah. Okay. Thanks to you for doing that. As always, big thanks to my mom and my dad. They always try to clear their schedule no matter what they're doing to watch me. So I love you guys so much for supporting me. Thank you guys for watching me every week. To my family, my friend, my sister, my brother, my kids, and then I'm also streaming. So thanks to all the people that stuck around on my stream to watch the race. And again, just thanks to all the drivers. Thanks to Chuck Cobb with Blazing Fools Racing, and all my teammates, Halsey, Blazer, and Jeff as well, for helping with the setup and practicing a little bit here and there. But yeah, that's it, Mike. Thanks again. And man, super. We have a race in Xfinity in a couple weeks, so it's nice to come out and get a win, and super excited to get the win for sure.
And before
congrats to Michael Hayes and Halsey for a really good run. Hayes was really the class of the field all night. He led a lot of laps. He was really fast. I had just that little bit more. It wasn't a lot. It was just every lap I'd maybe do a half a tenth, or he'd catch me a tenth. So he was definitely, up there with me the whole time, and I was driving hard to stay in front of him.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's great and everything. Yeah, but before I let you go, I definitely want to mention that you definitely had one fan. When we start this race, I always ask the viewers who they think is going to win the race. One person piped up. They said they think Dale Brooks was going to win the race. And so Ronald Holmes is the big winner tonight. So you have to show up at his house and do "I'm a little teapot" dance. That's if somebody gets it right,
well,
the winner's got to go and do a dance for him. So
well, I appreciate Ronald picking me tonight. It's an honor. I really appreciate it. So thanks, Ron. I really, I was coming out to have a solid race. I didn't think I had the winning car at all. But once I saw that the long runs, I was pretty good on the long runs. Then it changed my attitude a little bit. But again, Mike, thanks so much. I know it takes your time to do this, so I really appreciate you. And have a great night, bro.
and you too, guys, ladies and gentlemen, Dale Brooks, tonight's winner of the No Limit 200. So thanks again. Congratulations once again, Dale, and look forward to seeing you next week at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
All right, thanks.
All right, so that was Dale Brooks, ladies and gentlemen, your big winner tonight. Man, can't say a lot about this race that we hasn't already been said. It was a great race. We had a couple of cautions from people spinning out by themselves. Not a really big accidents, so no excitement there. But the excitement was all on the track with all the people racing with Michael Thorpe, Dave Halsey, Michael Hayes, and Dale Brooks all there in the top, just racing as hard as they possibly can. Looking forward to having that same kind of action tomorrow at 12:30 on Performance Motor Network for Global Racing Truck Series. But for Global Racing Esports Network, I'm Mike Lester. Good night.